didn't talk about it. He didn't say anything. He just sat there for an hour and a half, just blabbing. So yeah, if you guys have any questions or whatever, it's all you. Yes, thank you for starting it off.
Your song "Cry With You."
Yeah.
What inspired you to write it? Because I can't listen to it without crying.
Well, it's not supposed to make you cry.
Well, no, it does. Every
It
time
just says I'll cry with you.
No, I cry every time.
That's why I've been crying so much lately. Jeez. No. Cry With You was written about a friend of mine who was going through some crazy stuff, and I was trying to figure out what to do, because as a friend, right, you're like on the other end of the phone, and like I wasn't actually there for them, right? I was on the phone for them, and it was very difficult because she was going through a lot of stuff, and I was trying to figure out how to say like it's gonna get better, but we both knew it wasn't. I think that was the thing. It wasn't one of those situations where it was appropriate to lie about it and say it's going to get better when it's not, And there's no way for me to say, well, I understand what you're going through, because that would be a lie and I wouldn't do it. Because there's no way, And I think I sat there for 4 hours on the phone just trying to figure out how I could help. And I finally just said, look, I don't know what to do, but what I am going to tell you is that what you're going through, you're not alone. I'll go through it with you, so at least you know you've got somebody. Whatever you go through, whatever you feel, I'll feel it right there with you. And that's when I got to cry with you. So it's like the most extreme version of that is, yeah, well, if you cry, then I'll be right there crying with you, And because I feel like that's kind of comforting when somebody's like going through the same thing. It's like there are some points when like the sort of patting on the shoulder, it's going to be okay, is appropriate. And there's other moments where it's just not.
Yeah.
And that's what Cry With You is for. It's like that moment. So yeah. Yeah. I don't mean to make you cry.
No, I had to pull over because honestly, when I first heard the song, I had to pull over.
It's dangerous.
Yeah.
I've now become a road hazard. That's great. That's what I've been working so hard for. I'm glad you like it, though.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Did you say you like it? You like it? I was just assuming. That's rude.
Okay.
Yeah, it sucks. It makes me cry. You jerk.
I tried to listen to it the other day, too. I'm like, oh, I think I got this. I can't.
I think I got this. I think I can do it. Well, thank you. Thank you. I'm honored. Yeah?
What was it like for you at the CMAs to get Best New Artist this year?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I was legitimately shocked, as I'm sure you could see in my face on TV. Because it's so funny, because you're sitting there in front of the camera's like right here. And you're just kind of like, do you really have to be that close? And I was sitting there, in my suit, and I'm thinking, okay, I gotta look pro. I gotta not freak out. I'm really nervous right now, but I gotta look like a pro. And then they called my name. I was like, forget looking like a pro. They just called my name. Just like, what just happened? Ansel, my manager, was like, you know what you said to me when you took us? It's so funny. I thanked my parents, and they showed a picture of my manager. So now everybody thinks my manager is my parents, and he's not. He's like a parent, though. I do love him like family, but he said, you know what you said when you hugged me? And I was like, no, I don't remember anything. I don't even know what I said on stage. I gotta go watch it back, make sure I didn't say anything stupid, which I'm pretty sure I did anyway. But he said, no, when you turned to me, he said, you straight up asked me if they had just called your name. And I was like, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt it at all. It was a beautiful night, beautiful thing. Walking up on that stage was surreal. I wasn't ready for it. You can't train for something like that. It's like you sort of prepare a speech just in the case of, something good happening, and you don't anticipate it, but you prepare for it just in case, because you don't want to get up there and sound like an idiot. So I semi had a thing prepared, but I really didn't, because every time I'd get like halfway through, I'd go, you don't need it, and I'd stop. Now I wish I would have gone all the way through, but it was definitely surreal just walking up. It's just like, that was a shining moment that I'll always remember, for sure. It's still pretty cool. Still celebrating. Still buying watches. To celebrate. Because that's what I do to celebrate. I buy watches. So, yeah.
Do you have that watch with you? That weird?
Oh, the weird one. I almost wore it, too. But I didn't. I wore my...
I don't get it.
My lame digital. Huh?
I don't get it.
It's awesome. It's impossible to read.
Yeah, that's not... How would you...
It's a slap watch for one, so back to the 90s, and it's got two sets of lights, and it's got 1 through 12, and then it's got a PM light that doesn't come on unless it's PM, and then you got a 1 through 9, and then an 11, 12, 13.
I mean, can you?
No, a 10, 20, 30, 40, I think, or 50. Anyway, you can actually tell time on it. It is possible. I have figured it out. I had to read the manual. but I did figure it out. But it's a really cool watch company. They make a lot of cool, like, weird stuff like that, which I'm totally into. It's like, it's weird, it's geeky, and I'm in. So, so actually, I got that the night I won. Actually, to be totally honest, they gifted that watch. I did get a watch from them. I did get another watch from them, but they gave me that one as a celebration. So,
Oh, thank you.
yeah, I know. Yeah. But that one I didn't, but there are others. Trust me. I did waste money on watches. So yeah, for sure, it was a big night. Yeah.
What's your favorite part of being on this tour compared to like others?
It's a good question. Well, there's a couple things that I love about this one versus the others. One, this is a longer one, and they've actually invited me back for next year. So, so this is a total of 55 days this year with her, and then another 40 days next year. So it's 95 altogether. As opposed to, I think the most we ever did with anybody on tour, like as an opening act, was Flats, right? And that was 14. So you imagine you do like 3 days a week with this awesome tour, and then you do it for like 4 weeks, and you're just like that. It's like no more. And it's a major bummer. Because I enjoyed the Flats tour a lot. I really did. And I enjoyed the Swift tour, the Speak Now tour. We were back in the day, right? But what I love about this one is that this is a consistent tour. Like we do 2 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, 1 day off, and I do a lot of studio work on my days off. But it's a consistent tour, and we're touring for a long period of time, which means that we can like get in a groove and get in a system. Not as much the show as much as just everybody around us, you know. And it's really I love working like that. I love when we do our headline tours. I try to sort of route them in a way where it's like 4 days on, 4 days of shows, and then like 1 day off, and then 4 days on, 1 day off, that kind of thing, so that we can just keep making music. Because the whole like do 2 shows and then go home for 3 is really, really boring for me. You know, I just love being on the road. So that, and then being direct support, being the only other act on the tour, you know, gives us a little bit more time. I get a little bit more production freedom. You know, I got to bring my lights. I got a whole truck full of stuff. You know, the truck's got my face on it, which is still weird. But it's a really cool, like, I don't know, it's just like another rung in the ladder, sort of climbing up. You know, it's another milestone to sort of reach, to be a direct support for a tour like this and to be booked for the whole thing. Kind of said something to me, so it's just a cool sentimental thing. I love it, though. I love it. Yeah.
How did you feel when you were asked to be on this tour?
How did I feel?
Yeah.
Awesome. Amazing. I mean, it's like I just said, the compliment of someone saying, hey, look, you can know, I think you're direct support. Like, you're an opening act. You're not an opening act anymore. You've moved up into that. I can't say this thing to say no. You're not a third act anymore. You're part of the show now. You're the opening act. And for her to consider me sort of worthy of that slot means a lot. So it's pretty cool. Pretty awesome. And they're all arenas too, big rooms. Yeah, go for it.
If you could tour with anyone, who would it be? Like anyone?
Anyone?
Yeah.
I really want to do a couple dates with Keith. I think that'd be fun. Go on the road with Keith for a little bit. That'd be fun, huh? Yeah. I just think it'd be fun. I love Keith. I love that he's a guitar player too. So it's, you know, obviously, so we could probably do something on stage together. I feel like that'd be really cool. And I just love his shows. I love buying tickets to a Keith Urban show. Because you get every penny's worth, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, I just happen to be a huge fan of his. So hopefully someday. Yeah.
Have you ever met Justin Moore?
Justin Moore. Yes, I have. At a couple of award shows, actually. We run into each other only at award shows, though, yeah, for sure.
No, you're not.
A little bit, yeah. I was not expecting that either.
Really?
Yeah, just a little. Which is cool, because I'm really short, so anytime I'm taller, no, I'm halfway joking when I say that, because I don't actually remember, but he's really cool. He's a really nice guy.
His like videos look cool. I feel like he'd be a cool guy.
Oh yeah, totally. No. They do a good job of sort of portraying him.
Yeah.
He's a really cool, genuinely cool guy. Yeah, every time I've met him. That goes for a lot of people actually in this, you know, in this genre in country music. You know, Carrie for one, super sweet, down to earth. Like she's headlining arenas. She's a superstar. And you know, you pass her in the hallway, she's like, hey, what's up? You know, it's like, you're awesome. But I remember Justin was really cool. Yeah, I met him. I think the first time I met him was at the CMT Awards, actually a couple of years ago. Before I was going as an artist, I went just as a fan, and I met him through business people, and he was really nice to me.